Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
This one complete to Christian Kirk.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy that run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
The last run got in a yard.
Now Lawrence.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Now following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field.
Now Etienne to start the drive. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about the defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat.
Open man is Kirk, complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
ETN up the middle.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence.
And he's got it.
And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Lawrence will throw.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
On 2nd and goal. Lawrence under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Zay Jones
from 8 yards out.
And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That's 2 really excellent drives for them to start this ballgame, both ending with touchdown passes.
In big picture,
the Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
To throw is Beathard. Man open, here is Jones.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18. A nice pickup of 17 yards. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss.
Now Beathard. Touchdown! Dan Arnold from 19 yards away as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards there for number 15.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? You just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Now, Charles, we take a peek there at the recent draft class, and it's definitely a year where they had a chance to greatly improve this team.
And you've got to take advantage when you have this type of an opportunity. 2 first-round picks, you better scout them well and hit on those selections.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Beathard to throw. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They'll throw here. Beathard. And his throw is incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Beathard. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Jermichael Hasty, a 6-yard touchdown run, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember,
the Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Beathard's throw here into the hands of Jones.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Beathard to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw Beathard, eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finds the open target, Arnold. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we said, boy, rough crowd, no football for 6 months already. We're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. Out come the Jaguars. Beginning of the drive, 1st and 10 coming up for the offense. We'll see how this defense does here in the 3rd quarter. They go play action with Brissett. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Andrew Wingard. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Brissett. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now. As As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken right around the 44. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and this offense takes over. So we're in the third quarter. We'll see how this defense handles the upcoming drive as the offense takes over with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Brissett. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing, Brissett.
He'll get this one complete to Darden.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. To throw, Brissett.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether there's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the foot.
Beginning of the drive, 1st and 10 coming up for the offense. We'll see how this defense does here in the 3rd quarter. A 1st down throw for Brissett.
Bell brings it in across the formation.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Brissett.
Right back to Bell, and it's caught once again.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. He'll buy some time right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Again, it's Brissett.
That one caught by Felton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Up the middle, Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Here's Johnson again on 2nd down.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Here's Brissett. He's going to wind up and air it out.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. A good spot to be in for this defense. They'll head back out, protecting a big lead here in this fourth quarter of play. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Brissett. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Into the air once more. It's Brissett.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Got an open man. It's Schwartz.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Got a man. It's Schwartz, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
A 2nd down throw for Brissett.
And that'll be caught by Darden.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10.
Holding offense.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Foye Oluokun finding his way to the ball for a stop. A tackle for loss.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brissett. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game. So
touchdown, Browns.
David Bell.
26 yards. A good spot to be in for this defense. They'll head back out, protecting a big lead here in this fourth quarter of play. First down, Brissett. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Not what they had in
the entire game, using a variety of coverages.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Take it at the 37. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Jags. A good spot to be in for this defense. They'll head back out, protecting a big lead here in this fourth quarter of play. Brissett on first down.
Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz.
And he'll go down and... Looking to throw again on second down. Brissett.
That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Time they'll lose 1 or 2. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Brissett now. And that's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball. Never lost sight of where it was headed. And stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions. And what was once a nice drive stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary, partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. Brissett again. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation points, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone.
Well, so much for being backed up against their goal line to start the drive. He gave them some breathing room and then some. I think the defense really got caught thinking safety, trying to stack the line of scrimmage. And oftentimes, if you can get past the initial grouping, there's a lot of room to run. The defense actually fortunate that didn't go farther.
They'll throw here. Beathard. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That one goes for 24 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Beathard. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll find Farrell open left side. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Hands it off out of the gun. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. They'll try to run this one in, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
And so they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this fourth quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw is Brissett. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, Brissett.
He'll get this to Bell.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 1st and 10, Brissett. That's complete. It's Bell. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. A 1st down throw for Brissett.
This caught out left by Bell.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Brissett. And it's caught. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that will cut this lead down to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the fourth quarter.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he's got room.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
They're under the lights in prime time. This offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Ben, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
Week 1 of the 2022 season, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Jaguars and the Commanders, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Commanders. Joining Charles Davis up in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it is time to begin another NFL season. Here we go. And it's a new era for Washington, making their debut under the Commanders' name. And, Charles, they're going to face a team in Jacksonville who is starting this year up with a new man in charge as well. So newness on both sides here in this one.
Yeah, and only 3 combined playoff appearances in the last 9 seasons for both of these teams. Washington certainly hoping their new Commanders nickname can bring newfound success after finishing 7-10 last year. They're 4th in 5 years, finishing with 7 wins. In Jacksonville, they're hoping a brand new coaching staff and a breath of fresh air can bring the most out of a young core after going 3-14 last season.
Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and we are underway from FedEx Field. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His 3rd NFL team, Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders are hoping to provide stability for each other starting in 2022. It's the 3rd team in 3 years for Wentz and the 4th starter in 4 years for Washington. The big thing with Wentz has always been staying on the field. And last season in Indianapolis, he played a full 17 games, leading the Colts to a 9-8 record and almost into the playoffs.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. The 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
And this is something this defense is going to have to account for as this game goes on. He's a space player. They want to get him out in the open field and let him make his move. So if you're going to stick with him, you've got to make sure you plaster him, as they like to say on the defensive side of the ball. Otherwise, he'll burn you as he just did there.
1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. They'll run with Robinson. Not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Robinson again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. Throwing his Wentz. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out, and the Jags grab it. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yep, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his 2nd season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
For everyone who expected the highly touted Trevor Lawrence to champion the Jaguars to instant success last season, well, they got a little bit of a reality check. Despite the struggles, though, he still took on a major leadership role within the locker room and among the team. He also flashed some of his considerable potential on the field, particularly in a defiant Week 18 win over Indy.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
So after the INT, here's Wentz.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And then, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 47.
Here's Lawrence. Incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. And nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete. So this, the 90th season of Washington football. Of course, here, the first season and first ever regular season game for the Washington Commanders. That name unveiled in a grand reveal back on February 2nd. The franchise opting to keep the burgundy and gold color scheme, adding the striking W logo on each side of the helmet and the single gold stripe running from front to back. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler and a cover man, but he can go get the quarterback when the situation calls for it, as he just did right there.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. Open man is the tight end, John Bates. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. He'll get this to about the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the...
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel.